can really like and subscribe and leave a little happiness that you bring in the comments.
Welcome to the first Black Omen studio tour. We get a lot of messages about the decor and everything at the studio, so I thought we'd just give you a quick tour and you can have a look for yourself. So starting from the door, this is the door you'll come in. From there we've basically got, on the first poster is a Rob Zombie Glasgow Academy poster from June 2019. If you're a big Rob Zombie fan, you've got to have a Rob Zombie poster. After that there's a mirror from an old apothecary shop, which is Twine Excitement and all that bullshit. From there we've got Jason's masks from the Friday the 13th series, every mask apparently. With this, it looks great, but I was ripped off with it on Instagram, I think it was. They were advertising, on the advert it actually looked like the masks were plastic in a deep frame, and that came through the post. I think it cost me about 80 quid, so I was proper ripped off. From there we've got the standard Ouija board, which is always handy to have if you need to get in touch with someone you ain't seen for a while. Moving on, we've got a Friday the 13th wall poster, Exorcist poster and a Freddy and Jason poster. As you might have suspected by now, we love our horror movies. Next to that we've got Terrifier, which is Art the Clown. Can't fault the man. This Friday the 13th is actually one of Luke's paintings. He did that a few years ago. I'm sure he dates them, but I can't see a date on there. But I think that was about 6 or 7 years ago. But I've actually got that tattooed on my leg at the moment as well, so loving that image. From there we've got Chucky, Beetlejuice, Nightmare on Elm Street and Little Shop of Horrors. And again, one of Luke's artwork. Luke tends to be really skilled at art. I couldn't draw a bloody fish, but Luke can turn his hand to most things, to be honest with you. Moving on slowly, this is a seated area where our customers tend to sit down, where we took their heads off. And then from there we've got a little shelf with some of our collective dolls. There's the Chucky one, self-explanatory, Chucky's awesome. Kruger in the middle, and then Reagan on the end. Just below Reagan is actually a signed Exorcist DVD by Linda Blair, who played Reagan in the original film, so yeah, that's one of Luke's keepsakes big time. Next to them over side we've got basically plastic hands, which are the tattoo moulded hands, which I don't know if people remember, during lockdown you couldn't tattoo anybody, so Luke had to tattoo something, so he did fake hands. Yep, that's cool. That's a Reagan fake hand again, I don't know if you can see that. And then just after that we've got some more of Luke's artwork. From the original Nosferatu movie to the original Omen. And underneath that we got an Aliens. Again, moving round, more of Luke's artwork. Aliens, there's a Teddy Boy Elvis, Frankenstein, Exorcist, Art the Clown, and the Rob Zombie from the from one of his albums, Ellabelly Deluxe, Luke.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. If you're wondering, Luke's working the camera. Again, moving across, we've got more posters because we absolutely love our horror work here. And there's just like plenty, like the tattoo needles and all the equipment we need for that. One of the main things we've got at the studio, which is here, which is the sweet shelf. So when our clients are feeling a bit lightheaded, they've got access to, and we provide for free, sweets, lollipops, chocolate bars, whatever suits their needs. We just want to keep them happy. Moving on to our mask shelf, we've got pretty much Reagan again. Can you tell there's a theme building? From there we've got David from Lost Boys, Mike Myers, Jason, Ghostface. The Jason one is basically signed by Kane Hodder, who was the original Jason in the Friday the 13th movies. There's a Chucky with Chucky dolls. Am I moving too fast? I'll slow down. Jason the 13th. Jason from Friday the 13th statue, and mix of other stuff like that. Baphomet statues and all that. Anything usually paranormal, horror, anything like that. We love it to bits, like so. Yeah. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let Luke take over the other half of the tour, and I'm going to work the camera. So if it's a bit shaky, you know who's responsible.
Thanks for that, Mark. So I'm Luke, and I'm going to continue the studio tour with us today. So come with me. We've got our Dracula poster. Got that from Sheen. Absolutely love Sheen. Really good cheap bargain. Phrenology poster. We do have a Phrenology bust, but unfortunately we I don't have a lot of room at the studio, so we've had to put some things in storage.
Yeah, there's a lot in storage at the moment.
So here we've got a real spider web preserved in a frame. So I did actually make a video of how to actually make them, like preserve a spider web. But yeah, it looks very macabre and a bit gothic, so that's what we like. A little quote here from the original Bram Stoker's Dracula book. This here is my very first ever tattoo machine. So it's like a coil machine. Got this from Amazon just one time, and then just went going with it. And although I've moved to a rotary machine now,
That's where it started, is it?
This is where it started. So I probably wouldn't go back to a coil machine, but they are really good, and I would recommend them. Like up here we got Mark's actual wisdom tooth from.
I remember when that fucker come out. Excuse the language.
So yeah, he actually asked to keep his wisdom tooth that was being taken out. Here obviously we've got a little atomical heart painting that I did a couple of years ago now during lockdown. Another preserved spiderweb, I don't know if you can see there.
And the mountains reflecting a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. So very gothic, macabre looking, and a Elsa Lanchester's The Bride of Frankenstein drawing I did, and H.H. Holmes. So a little pencil sketch. So we come this way, we've got all our horror Funko Pop collection here. This is our Tim Burton sections. I start with your Corpse Brides, Jack and Sally, and all the Nightmare Before Christmas ones. Beetlejuice, Terrifier, and some other mixed horror pops.
And a neon light with Luke John's name in. Obviously the important one of the partnership.
And another Shining poster. And then, so we've got here, these are our Funko sets. So you've got the Bram Stoker's Dracula one, which is a set, a few Hannibals, and then mostly the rest is like Pennywise. So you've got the new Pennywise and the original Tim Curry Pennywise.
Cool.
Here, some of our slashers, Trick or Treat Sam, and obviously Hocus Pocus at the bottom, because we love Hocus Pocus. And I'd have to say these ones here are my favourite ones. So I put them all in one section. So you got What We Do in the Shadows, some Universal Monsters, Elvira, Vincent Price, Chucky's, Interview with the Vampire, one of my absolute all-time favourite movies, Exorcist of course, and then Halloween at the top, Michael Myers. And another horror poster here as well. And up here we've got Jack Skellington house, Michael Myers with his house, and then some Monster Legacy Frankenstein Dracula Wolfman busts come with the DVD. And just some posters that I painted during lockdown. Lock, Shock and Barrel, Nightmare Before Christmas, and the Vampire Teddy and the little vampire.
So that was the end of the studio tour. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that's it. This is where we live on a day-to-day basis, and it's been great having you.
Yeah. Stay tuned for some more videos.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Strangely, the dawn is approaching, and for now, I bid you all farewell.